Oh, yeah.
Bless and love, my lords. Welcome to our Red Lion space. We are an art first, chill second, pretentious never community. None of that gallery snobbery or bull run billionaire bullshit. We are just bringing you honest opinions on crypto art and Web3. No sponsors, no hidden agenda, no rugs. What do we say yes to? We are all about partnerships and all for artists. You're here for cool shit, and we are here to deliver. Introducing our co-hosts, Dudley, co-founder of A Red Lion. How's it going? How are you?
Hey, all is great. Hey, everyone. Welcome to our show.
We have a great guest today, a music producer and artist with an amazing career and amazing songs. As we that last one we listened on the intro was from Domino. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello, hello. I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
We are good. Very, very nice to meet you, and thanks for coming into our show.
Oh, of course. Thank you for having me. I love the intro. I love the song. I've been in one of y'all's spaces quite a while ago, and I love the energy. So I'm happy to be here.
Great
Thanks
to
so
have.
much. Yeah, we are trying hard. I mean, it's not easy. It takes a lot of practice. It looks easy, but it's not. So yeah, we are trying to get better and better with every show. Thank you very much. So why don't we take a step back and start from the beginning and break the ice a little bit and get to know you. How did you start with music? I guess from a very early age, or were you always involved with music?
No, no, actually. I'll give y'all the full quick rundown of how I got to music. But um I was doing art my whole life. From a very young age, I was drawing and painting, and um on top of that, I like filled a poetry book at like 10, if not younger. Um and was writing all these things. I was just very creative from a young age, and at 8, I started practicing card magic, like sleight of hand performance, card magic. And by 12, I was a professional performing the country, doing that. And I dedicated my entire life into it and have thousands and thousands of performance hours and even more practice hours with that. And by the time I
Like
was
a
20,
magician?
yeah, man. Um,
That's
yeah,
so
but
cool.
yeah, that was my life. That was my life. I studied the psychology. I studied how to make it feel real, because I wasn't about, like a corny performance magic. It was very emotional based, and I was about like trying to truly connect with people, and also, like freak them out and give them something to react to. Um, so that just continued through my life. But uh, throughout high school, I was doing public speaking. I was a part of this program that essentially helped students learn counseling techniques to help other students. And during that, I was performing magic every single day, and I got really worn out on that. And so I was really leaning into the public speaking, because by the time I was 18, I had been a professional card magician for 10 years. So it was an odd time. And I'll never forget, I had a student come up to me, because I would perform poetry pieces at the end of my public speaking seminars. And he was like, yo, I would love to hear this to music, so I can listen to it, because right now it's just your words and it's kind of intense. And I was like, all right, bet. Let me planted a seed, because I had taken drum lessons as a kid and had drum machines and all these things, but because of magic, never was able to throw myself into anything else. And it just, from that moment on, which was my senior year of high school, which was 2011, um, I took the momentum and focus that I had with card magic to music. Um, and so since I was doing poetry and doing spoken word, um, that turned into rap and into flow, and I had listened to that style of music for a long time because of the lyrics and storytelling. So it just there was an alignment. I started sampling orchestra pieces and doing poetry over it, and then started meeting new people, producers that were like, "Yo, I want you to really lean into the spoken word thing, but also, let's hone you in and get you really on time and really get your delivery right and get your voice right." And that was essentially years of that. And fast forward, now I've been making music since then, which is about 12 years now. I've performed all over the United States with a full band. I perform with dancers and tap dancers, violinists, all of these things, and am focused on moving with complete independence.
That's really impressive, man. And you've performed on big stages and big audiences.
Yeah, man. So for the last decade, I've been throwing my own events and shows. And
Hmm.
so with those, we've, built an audience here in Los Angeles of anywhere from 100 people to 300 people to way more. But we like to keep those ones very intimate. Um, and then I've had the opportunity last year at NFT NYC, for example, I got to perform at the first Deadfellow show with my band, and there was a couple thousand people there. But yeah, I love intimacy with performance, so I push for that.
That's so cool, man. When I was a kid, I always fantasized how is it to be a musician going on stage, with all those people there. The feeling must be something incredible, like the adrenaline. Even doing spaces when we get a lot of listeners, sometimes you can feel it in your stomach. I cannot imagine how it is to be on the stage and be on the spotlight.
Yeah, man. Yeah, luckily I've been performing since I was a very small child. So, it that definitely helps, but there's still
Yeah, with the magic that you said and public
yeah,
speaking, it's absolutely the same thing, right? With the
totally.
magic, you are the center of attention, and public speaking, the same thing, but everybody's listening to you at the same time, right?
Yeah, man. Exactly. So the stars kind of aligned on it. Um so that's cool to reflect on, honestly, because I don't get to talk about this too much. So yeah, it's nice, man. It
Do you
performing is where
still
I thrive.
do magic tricks?
Say it again.
Do you still do magic tricks?
I practice. I
Mm.
practice. I don't perform. Um just because of my own personal journey with it, like I said, like by the time I was 18, it had already been a 10 years of doing it, at a level that was just insanity every day performing, all day. um so yeah, I created like a jadedness almost to it, if that makes sense. And it's actually where the name Domino comes from. I was trying to find a name that fit in that world without being kind of corny. And so it's integrated into my brand. If you go watch my older music videos, like there is things and there's seed planting and all these things. And when I perform, I definitely add illusions, but I don't perform it as magic. It just kind of happens. So it's definitely
Hmm.
integrated into my work. But all that to say, I have a plan this year to really show people that, and in a more obvious and front kind of way. So I'm excited for that.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm curious to see the result. It's going to be fascinating. But you've already have it in your shows, but it's part of the show. It's not like as magic as you said.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can be a good publicity stunt. I guess we will have to wait and see. Um, uh, how did you end up in the crypto space, and how and subsequently, how did you find out about NFTs?
Yeah, so in 2020, um, I I had to go completely, like we all did. I had to go completely digital, and I was surviving off of performing. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't, I don't know what I'm gonna do." So I started streaming on Twitch, 3 to 4 times a week, and brought my entire community there. So I was throwing events on there. I was interviewing people. I would have panels. I would make music live and all these things. And so I was already like in that kind of mindset that Web3 brings. Um, and then on Twitter, I have been following artists and contacting visual artists like painters and digital artists, 3D artists, for years and years, because that's where I come from. So I've always wanted to integrate that into my music. So I had just been following a few visual artists that were starting to dabble into NFTs and Web3 in 2020. And it just like I saw it and I was like, yo, I get this. Like, I understand. Like, I've been marketing on a computer for my life, and um it just all made sense to me. It all made sense to me. So for all of
It clicked with
2020,
you, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Literally, it just, I don't know. Something aligned with it where it just made sense, and everything that was happening just kind of like was like, oh, okay. And that one of those artists was Ferocious, and if you don't know Fiwo, like, go go learn, because um I think they're 20 now. And that was in 2020, so like 16. And watching them go from selling $20 prints to $20 NFTs to $100 NFTs to 1,000, and then by the end of 2020 did a drop that did like $2 million. And I was just like, oh, this is like someone I personally know that is now like a superstar, and to this day, is doing, I don't even want to say the numbers, they're just insane. But it makes me so happy because I got to see the version of the space that wasn't PFPs. It was an artist that I knew, completely independent, that had no momentum and was truly doing it for like the love of it, have complete and huge success. And that's all I needed to see to like go completely all in on it. Because it's everything that I'd wanted with albums. I had always created worlds, done art galleries around them, and performance art, and all these things. And I was like, wow, this is finally like the space that it can live, but also where people are open to these types of concepts and things as a person. um and then I started minting. I minted my first piece March 1st of 2021.
What
And
was it?
it was a self-portrait drawing of me crying with an orchestral piece that I created to it. Um, it at the
So your
time.
first piece that you minted was your own work?
That you mean that I bought? Yeah. That was the first
Yeah.
piece I personally like put out. Um,
Hmm.
oh gosh, I
No, I
don't
meant
know.
what was your first NFT that you bought or that you own?
Let me open up I'm opening up my OpenSea right now to literally look. Because as the worst part is like I can't remember it. Um,
But
wow, I don't
yeah,
even
you
think this
found
is right.
NFTs, you found the
Yeah.
technology, it clicked with you,
Mhm.
and then you found inspiration. You saw the artist you know, how big success you found through that, and it all clicked for you. You're like, I don't need any more, listen anything more. I'm in. I dive in head first. I'm curious to see what you bought.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at that time it was much different. I was definitely grabbing some PFP stuff that was fun because minting them was just such a fun thing to get different rarities, and I oddly enough had a luck with with getting some rare ones. Yeah, that the pinned piece is an example of a version of the first NFT that I dropped. So that's the second one that I actually put out, which is one of my favorites to this day. But um, yeah, I was doing that and then minting essentially all of my friends, all of my amazing artist friends, just grabbing their pieces and a lot of stuff on Tezos, and different
Yeah, the
platforms.
community on Tezos is really, really cool. Some amazing art
Oh,
happening there.
literally some of the best things I've ever seen is on Tezos for sure.
100%. And it's very affordable. I always want to start a collection on Tezos, but I am so lazy sometimes. I can procrastinate for years, you know. If it was an Olympic sport, yeah, I would have a golden medal for sure.
I can,
Um, what? Sorry?
I'm confirming that. I can sign.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Um, okay, but since you're a music artist, you find all this wonderful world and microcosm of NFTs because it wasn't as big as it is now, and it's still pretty small. When you were coming into the space, there was no music scene, or it was extremely limited. How did you find it difficult, or what were the challenges that you found coming in as a music artist?
Yeah. I mean, the there was a reason why I started with putting out my drawings instead of like my straight up music. It just didn't exist. So I was like, okay, I need to lead people, which was really nerve wracking for me because I never put out my drawings before that. I need to lead people with visual art that has my music with it. Like the music is a core part of the experience. And I ran that up for the whole year of 2021. Um, and then at October of 2021, after releasing so many visual art pieces, so many one of ones, collaborations, um, all visual, I released my first like true music NFT, which was my album Presessence Volume One. And before that, there just wasn't a scene. And then in that moment, around October of 2021, like that happened. Latasha started going crazy with music videos. And then like Fifi and Nifty Sax were also doing their drops. So us four all at the same time really had these projects that moved in a different way and showed people like, oh, like when I dropped the album, people were like, "What is a music NFT?" And I was like, "What do you even mean? I don't understand." Because like it's the same thing. It's just music, and it gives us different ways to do different things, like royalties and stuff like that. And so it was those were the struggles was defining it at a time when there was no definition. So I spent a lot of hours, essentially
Searching for answers, right?
literally, yeah, and being like, yo, this isn't like we're overcomplicating this, you know. Um it is what it is. It's art, and to see now people investing millions and millions of dollars into music NFTs and platforms and them turning hundreds of millions of dollars is just insane cuz that like there wasn't even a music platform at the time, like literally. Um
How do you think it's better now? Do you feel it's better, or it's getting better at least?
yeah. I mean, it's better in the sense that so many people understand it and understand that it will take over and change the entire music industry. We're already seeing that with so many artists as examples, and um, so many more opportunities, and just, I mean, it's endless. So it's better in the sense that people are understanding it. There's way more people involved, so many music artists. People are interested. The industry is murmuring and investing. And that's good. But at the other end of that, there's the trauma of the music industry entering the music Web3 space, through fear, through gatekeeping, especially with like platforms and yeah, just the industry entering the space, and that's where I see problems. Um, is when these people from the music industry are entering, thinking they're creating something that is good for the Web3 space, but really it's good for like what they're already doing in the Web2 music industry space. So yeah, there's definitely a double-edged sword there.
What I find very difficult to comprehend with music NFTs is that the way we consume music these days, Spotify, YouTube Premium, or Apple Music, they are all subscription services. I don't know. You pay I don't know, $10 a month. It's eight for me. I choose YouTube, but yeah, you get all the music in the fucking history of mankind delivered to your device, just like that. How can we compete with a model that's outdated? Because music NFTs are simulating record sales. Or like content that you buy and you own and you can later sell. But the way we are already consuming this digital content is through access, through subscriptions. So, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's also a double-edged sword. Like it gives complete availability, but it also reduces value. People don't think like the I was having a conversation with someone outside of the space, and they were like, "But why would I buy it when I could stream it?" And I was like, "I feel you, but like where's the value? Like you have access to it, um but you don't have ownership."
The value comes from listening to it. When you're listening to something, you get the
Mhm.
pleasure of the experience, and this is the value you earn from it. This is how you're using it. Um, So owning something to sell it, that's a different mindset. It's not bad or evil or anything. I'm just saying that we are already consuming music like that. I listen to hours and hours of music. The algorithm just puts it there and I just consume it. 90% of the times I don't know the title unless I like the song and I put it in my list. But I'm not sure how it's
Totally.
going to work with NFTs. I think it's wonderful to be able to sell any type of multimedia with NFTs and any type of content, but I'm not sure how can it work with music.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, as a music artist, when you stream my song, I'm getting nothing. Literally nothing. There's no incentive besides like marketing and momentum for that to go to other things like social media. It's 0.00005 of a cent, right? Like that is insanity. So like caring about the music
Mhm.
is caring about the music artist, and the model is great for consumers. Oh, I could go listen to anything. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
like you're saying, you don't even know that the song name is, which is dope. Like I also do that. I like Spotify playlisting. It's amazing. I don't know a bunch of those things, but when I hear something and I'm like, holy shit, this is insane. And then I go click that artist and then have a connection with that artist and then start going down the deep dive of that artist, I'm now entering super fan level. I'm not passive listener anymore. Um, and then that is the introduction to this. That is those people. So this isn't for like everyone. I think that there are better Web3 abilities, like Web3 music streaming will be better than what is there because it will give a better sense of ownership in streaming with still providing, like, you still have to pay for Spotify and these different things, but you can also get it all for free. And I think like all of my art and music is available for you to stream and look at and listen to completely for free. There's like my album Presessence, um it is on all streaming platforms, but then you have the option to deep dive and connect with me and have a more personal relationship with the artist that you love. So I think it's more so looking at it from that standpoint. It's like, what are these tiers of fans? Are you a passive listener? Are you a fan? Are you a super fan? Which then answers
Hmm.
collector, etc. And that's kind of like where the introduction of it with music, I think, will really like change the game, especially for independent artists, because right now
Hmm.
the labels and the industry are receiving all that streaming money. um so it's I think getting the awareness of that out so that we can like come to a middle ground with listeners to, find a way to do this in a kind of better way for everybody.
Yeah, sure. I partially agree with you on some of your points. There's definitely a misaligned network of incentives that is not rewarding creators and artists as they should. But if that is fixed, I think there might be uh, like a good balanced solution where people just stream music and they pay a fee and they get access to it, and artists get paid proportionally to their plays. But also, artists can potentially release like limited amount of like digital editions like you would do with a vinyl record that can also give you access to all shows or some shows. I mean, it's um, it's easy to please those fans and make it like super cool and something to make them feel good that they own, and not only listen to it and have access to it, own it. But also be useful if they like you as an artist and they are coming to your concerts. It can be worth it. So yeah, there's a lot to be explored on that area of music NFTs, and we will see a lot more happening. I mean, did you see Snoop Dogg released I don't know, two mixtapes, or maybe he released more so far with Sound XYZ. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I, yeah, I've damn near seen the incubation of, of sound. So to see those drops, I own all of them as well, and it's really dope. It's really dope. Like sound is really pushing more towards a like curated collector focus, which I think is really
Mm-hmm.
dope. Um, I'm very excited for them to open up to all artists and not be invite only. I've done a few drops on there, and it's streamlined and very well executed. And David and Iman are just doing so many great things. And hearing the artists and putting in, um, things that they are wanting and needing. Another great platform is Royal. They are giving
Mm-hmm.
streaming rights to collectors. So connected through Spotify's API, they're able to essentially give holders of the NFT royalty rights of those streams and split them amongst the audience, which is really fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, yeah, and Catalog is another one, but they're focused completely on one of one songs and albums,
And all
which
of these are platforms that we saw coming up fairly recently, as we said, like last year or like 2023 now, or in 2021. Not much of that was live. Um,
100%. Yeah,
so
I think
it's
Royal
beautiful
was the
to
only
see.
one doing stuff.
Yeah, but who knew about them, right?
Literally.
uh, but yeah, it come a long way since then. And that Snoop Dogg first mixtape was an absolute banger, man. An absolute knee slapper. I really,
Yeah,
really enjoyed
it really was,
it.
man. He's got an open edition available right now too, as well, for like $8. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I listened to the mixtape and I was like, oh man, that's actually cool. It's not like some lazy effort, and I was like, fuck it, I'll buy it, and I bought a few pieces, and yeah,
Hell yeah.
that was a good experience for owning some good music NFTs by Snoop Dogg, who is like one of the goats for sure. But I was also a fan of him when he was doing the GGN news, the GGN network. It was really, really fucking funny. The interviews, it was really cool. So yeah, I'm a fan for sure. Um, so yeah, I really I really enjoy and listen to all of these new music releases. But I am curious to see how it will shape up in the future, and we will see how it goes. What are the artists that you collaborated with and you had a blast and you absolutely love to work with them? And what are some of the artists that you would love to collaborate with?
Yeah, that's a great question. For Possessence Volume 1, for each song I collaborated with a different visual artist. And working with all of them was just magic. I just sent them the song and was like, "Hey, here's the world, and then take it away. Like, make whatever you do in your style and whatever inspires you from this song." And they went beyond my my wildest dreams, really. And then for the album as well, I did 7 dance films, and we got to film 7 of my really close friends that are literally some of the world's best dancers. And we did a nifty gateway drop, but collaborating with them was probably the most special collaborations I've ever done. I directed them and filmed them with my literally
What?
my neighbor, and it was just
What you
amazing.
said the name was? Sorry, I missed that.
Philip Chabib, Tam Rapp, Austin Spacey. These are all the dancers. Abigail Brockman, Mackenzie Dussman, Quest Crew, and oh shit, I'm blanking on
Uh,
one. Who am I
don't worry
missing?
if you forget someone. Don't worry if you
Yeah,
forget
but they're they're
someone.
they're incredible.
And what are some of the artists that you are looking up to and you would really love to collaborate?
Yeah, I actually tweeted about this about this yesterday. Um, there's this visual artist named Charisma. It's at Stop Stare, and I've wanted to work with him for so long. There's a photographer. His name's Oresti Mikado. Incredible. Diana Sinclair. I'm a big fan. Art by Ja. He's an incredible 3D artist. Man, the list is really endless. There's a lot of hitters that I want to
Mhm.
connect with.
Funny you said Charisma. We had a collaboration lined up with him for Christmas, but unfortunately he canceled. So he was almost at one of our gazettes.
Oh, crazy! Yeah, he's incredible.
He's really cool. OMZ suggested him. But yeah, man, very nice to hear. And what about famous rappers? Who would you like to work with?
For sure. Definitely Kendrick. I mean, easily. It just makes sense. shit, Childish Gambino, um, uh, fucking Mac Miller. If there's some type of unreleased verse, that's a dream. Um, man, it's hard to think of any because
Yeah,
those are the ones.
nice, nice. One of my favorite MCs is Charlie Tuna. You know him?
Who's it?
Charlie Tuna
No, I gotta check him out.
from Jurassic 5. Yeah, it's a little bit old school, but he's really cool. He's a
Yeah, I'll check it
baritone.
out. I love it.
um, Yeah. How do you see the space for shaping up in the future for music artists, and how do you see music artists responding? Is it working? Is the music NFT industry attracting new talent? And if not, how could we make it better for them?
Yeah, it's definitely working. I think it's really just like it's things like this, like it's education and experience through, like you're saying, you loved the Mint experience of the Snoop tape, and that's a great introduction. So I think we just need more of those things, more of people experiencing it so that they can be like, oh wow, I get it. At least I get this version of it, because there's a lot of different versions of what it can look like in the music space. Um, and yeah, I think like the music artists really just need support, like really, really badly. Um, we come from an industry that does not provide for us, and we really love what we do. um and we're just looking for people that connect with that. And so, like, in the music web3 space, like, I could give you an expansive list of artists that, like, you will find one that, like, you love. There's classically trained artists, there is like instrumentalists, rappers, singers, jazz musicians. Like, it's really endless. Synth people, like so many niche things. There's pop, like it's literally everything. And I think we just need the rest of the space to like get on board and see it.
Oh, it's really great, man. I want to ask you, as I also was into a little bit of music production and I was a DJ and stuff. So I'm curious about your process, how you actually start with a new track. Is it coming from the lyrics, or are you doing your backgrounds, or what instruments you can play? I'm curious about all this stuff.
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, so I produce, for sure. But that's not my focus. I'm not here to be a classically trained pianist or guitar player or something. I'm surrounded by those people. So I learned that after trying. I produced an album for myself in 2017, and it wasn't. It was an amazing thing I needed to do, and I've let that go. It was definitely a, like, I have to do this, I need to do it all, and then I was like, no, this is lacking. So now I work with some of the best producers I've ever heard. I'm blessed to call them my friends. So I'll either have them send me beats. I've been very reclusive recently with music, so I've been getting sent a lot of things, and then kind of like giving notes and edits from there. But I'll let the soundscape decide where my lyrics and tone and delivery are coming from, for sure. And to get a little more detailed, I usually will freestyle to them, and usually the first line that comes out that feels good, I'll just run off that and let that flow and lead me where it goes. Yeah, and then from there it's a lot of editing. For sure. That's where I'm at right now. Last year, at the end of November, I got an Airbnb in the desert and put 30 artists in it, to work on Presessence Volume 2, and that was crazy. Um,
What do you mean? You took a place in the desert and you put 30 artists in?
Yeah,
What do you
so
mean?
I partnered with a company to sponsor the creation of the album, and we rented a house, and I sent out a bat call to every music artist that I wanted on the album and was like, "Hey, if you want to be involved, drive out to the desert and let's make the album." And then we did that. We were there for a week. We filmed everything. We have 5 terabytes of essentially documentary footage of the process of creating it. And I bring that up because like I came out of my reclusiveness of my own home studio and was like, hey, y'all, let's make. We literally made 60 songs in 7 days. So it was a crazy experience.
That's nice, man. That's a nice experience. Sounds cozy and fun and good, and I bet it felt
Yeah, it was,
amazing.
man. Thank you, man. It that's so funny you say that. That's exactly what it was. There was a level of a retreat, you know. So that's fun to reflect on.
Mm-hmm. What is coming up for 2023? What you have planned for the year?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, I have an open edition for the next hour. That's pretty dope. It's a bunch of drawings. They are faces that make up myself, and with that, you can burn the open edition to receive one of those faces, which comes with a instrumental that you can use for literally anything. I'm giving full rights to the holders of the instrumental. Yep, there it is, many faces. So that's going on, which is really cool. And then from after that, when this closes in an hour, my full undivided attention for the next foreseeable future this year is Presessence Volume 2, my next album. The music, y'all, oh my gosh. It is the music that I've always wanted to make. We've already filmed multiple videos. The rollout I'm very excited for, but the album will be rolled out with music, with videos, with dance, with film, like so many elements. So it's gonna take over the rest of this year for sure. With different drops every month, and on top of that, I'm gonna start streaming on Twitch again, and just continue to rebuild my foundation with my people,
Oh,
fan base, and
nice.
collective.
Maybe we should do also on stream on Twitch. We are planning to start something like that.
Oh, let's do it. Oh, I would love that. I would love that. Yeah, like that.
Definitely.
It's a great home, you know.
That
Imagine.
would be cool. Because like we were thinking about a show where I start looking at my wallet and look at some fucking shit I bought and for how much, and just laugh all together, and then we open other people's wallets and do the
That's
same.
hilarious. Oh, that's a genius concept.
Hidden tab.
So yeah, I will for sure, definitely gonna try it. But also one other thing that's probably the most important question for the show. Um, how can we collaborate to create a rap with you?
That's not what I was expecting. I mean, let's
No,
do it.
I'm asking it
Let's
so
go.
funnily because we already dropped 2 songs and they are funny and playful, but one of them is a hip hop track that we had a former team member and we were like, "Ah, man, you're the only American. You gotta sing the song, you know." And he did it on his phone, and we just went with it. And yeah, so now that we are chatting with you and we have access to something superior, maybe we should try it, right?
Yeah, like send me anything, and if you know the universe flows through me on it, I will happily do that. Let's run it.
Oh, fantastic. But you hear that, Dudley?
Yeah, check the paint by the way later on. I want
Oh,
to
yeah, it didn't appear yet.
from that. I would like to know, like, if you can describe us, what is the like the hardest trick you ever learned as a, like a magician? Is it with cards? If you can
Oh,
say
easily,
words, let's say with
easily. Oh, stopping my heartbeat.
What?
Yeah, that's where I
What?
was getting, y'all. It got away from cards and into how do I perform with literally nothing?
Or
Like, how do I walk
Oh,
anywhere? You know?
you went down the David Blaine path, right?
Yo, I'll give y'all a little story. I don't think I've ever said this, but I was at a convention. This was a private convention that had. Oh, it's crazy to even think about who's in that room. But David Blaine was one of those people. And I watched him, feet from my eyes, take a penny and put it in a glass and shake that glass, and that penny turned into a quarter. It was crazy.
How?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm convinced that if anyone can do real magic, it's definitely him.
that, I don't get it.
You
I
know the
don't know.
show with the Penn and Teller that they revealed how the magic works. That was cool, but also killed all the magic, right?
Yeah, yeah. There's like the
And
mask magician guy who does that too, and he like breaks it down.
yeah, like in the
Funny.
movies, like protect the secret with your life forever.
And then they're on national TV. It's hilarious.
All right. I don't know if any of our wonderful listeners wants to ask anything. Please raise your hands. We are happy to pass on the microphone, chat with you. If you have anything to ask about what we are chatting. um, Let me see. I don't think we have any questions. Do you? I think we covered everything. Is there anything you would like to add? Sorry, Dudley, go ahead.
No. I think we covered, like, we can wrap it up, and yeah.
Yeah, I feel good. This was awesome. Y'all had really great questions, honestly.
Well,
I really
we try to go with the flow.
beautiful, beautiful. I want to say too, like, if you need any recommendations on
Mhm.
other Web3 music artists to interview, I would love to send you some if you ever want to like schedule that.
Oh, that would be awesome, man. We definitely do that with our guests. From one person go to the next. That's really the way to do it. It flows really, really well. So, if you have some friends that would be down to chat with us, for sure, we would love to have them.
Beautiful. Yeah, there's two that come to mind that I think y'all would really love talking to.
Fantastic. All right, I think that's it for today. Thank you for coming in, Domino. It was an absolute delight to meet you and get to know you. I will start listening to your music more now. I listened to your music in preparation for this interview, but now I will become a fan for sure.
Let's
Um,
go. Soon to
yeah,
be collaborator, right?
yeah, exactly, 100%. Thanks everyone for coming in. It was a brilliant week. We had lots of fun this week. We didn't do our AMA. We should postpone it. I think it's coming up this Monday. I had my appointment to the dentist, so I was like off for like a couple of days. We had the big collector, OMZ, and founder of Filtered. We had Ryan Carson from Daily Dose and Domino. What an amazing week. We are taking a pause for a Saturday, Sunday, but on Monday we are coming back with a brand new Gazette and an AMA. Thanks everyone for listening. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.
Bye bye, guys.